with a sharp beak that has such teeth, dear.
In Birmingham, England, it is illegal for a man and a woman to have sex on the steps of a church after the sun goes down. You can screw on at 3 in the afternoon. Yeah. You can just go to town, but once the sun goes down, you better grab your chick. And I don't know what's near Birmingham. Is London down the road?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, then you can if you want to do that at night. But yeah.
A little quickie after brunch is okay, but nothing.
Yeah, not after the sun goes down.
Jeez.
Welcome to number 86, episode 86 of Pittsburgh. Oh, boy, did that week go by quick. Woohoo! Yeah. And we are the only Category 5 podcast in the universe.
Goddamn right.
We are also... before I even get the numerology, 720 pounds of podcast proclivity, 55 years of marriage with no divorce, and the hardest working podcast in 4 different states. Count them, 4. And go to our website, PittsburghDiveBarTalk.com. We got rating your zoo animals, your pick 3, favorite 3 zoo animals. We still have the tourist attractions. Last week, I think we're going to do that. Okay. You look to see which ones you've been to. All you got to do is put your name and your number, nothing else. Miller's still rating the beer. I'm still rating the pizza. We got other stuff, but then our best new attraction, Dear Tiny, and we're going to really get into that next week. Yeah. So if you have any questions for Tiny, it could be marriage because he's never been divorced, nor have I. Right. But if you have marriage questions, we'll answer those. But anything else?
Any relationship questions.
Yeah, and relationship questions about relationship with drugs, alcohol. It doesn't matter. We will answer those questions for you. So Dear Tiny's where you want to go. Where do you find that? On our website. This, I don't know if this is sad or not. We are the patron podcast of Auto Brewery Syndrome, provocatively dressed Catholics, midgets from the Mideast, and fat folks feeling fine. But I think we're going to let those go because last week we decided to take on another cause, and it's the Church of Laughter. And I think we need to because they're just not getting the respect they deserve.
I completely
agree.
We
are gonna take up their cause, the Church of Laughter, and then we'll add some after that. So you people that have Auto Brewery Syndrome, and if you're Catholic that dresses provocatively, if you're a midget from the Mideast, and if you're a fat folk feeling fine, we still got your back, but we're not going to aggressively promote you as much as we are the Church of Laughter, because in the Czech Republic, they're just not fucking coming through with those people, you know?
Bullshit.
It is bullshit. And we're going to take care of that.
That's right.
Because we care here.
That's what we do.
We care. Yeah, we are a Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk.
We are the voice of the voiceless.
We are. And we are the ears of the deaf. And let's see, what else can we be?
Oh, no.
We are the neuropathy of the fingers. Okay. I guess I should move on. Usually I do New Scientist magazine.
Right.
I'm moving up. Scientific American magazine, which is supposedly a step up, even though I haven't. I am eliminating them. I'm not subscribing anymore. Well, here's the deal. If you've never watched this before, we do not mess with, we have no politics and no religion. And Scientific American, they went a little political on me a few months. And I said, no, you know what? I don't need that. I don't need, give me science. Don't give me politics.
Don't
I want
commingle that stuff.
Right. But for those of you that don't get Scientific American, and I don't think you get it.
I do not.
Okay, so I'm going to give you, from this past month, I'm going to give you 3 headlines here. Strange acres or wide clearings are crucial meeting spots for forest creatures. Did you know that?
I do. I have some cameras back in the woods.
Your beavers back here. Oh, my bad. I forgot about that. Right out his door, he knows that one. Okay. You didn't know that probably, but yeah, Tiny did know that.
Yeah.
All right, smart ass. Did you know that multiple injured comb jellies can merge to form one organism?
I was not familiar.
All right. See, there you go. All right.
Teach me a lesson.
And this one really got to me.
Uh-oh.
The headline. This was the headline. Finding a 9th planet would be huge. We had 9 planets.
Yeah,
we fucking we fucked Pluto. God damn. If we'd have just kept Pluto, we wouldn't need to find a 9th planet.
Nothing, yeah.
What the hell is that shit?
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it is bullshit. And I have a unrelated question.
Uh-oh.
If you don't mind.
Oh, boy. I might.
Okay. So might everybody. Okay, here at the cathedral where we do the dive bar talk, you may think this looks like a big time studio.
Production.
Yeah, but actually this is Tiny's garage, and it's cold as hell out there, and usually in between takes or whatever, not takes but in between segments, I'll go out and pee, and I usually find a spot that is behind one of your vehicles or something like that. But it's cold as shit out there. So I'm pretty much just going out the door and peeing. Now, if a cop drove by and saw me peeing out there, is that illegal? We're on your private property.
Right.
But
I don't think you have to worry. Our township doesn't have any local authority. So we're technically.
Oh, really?
It would need to be a state that would need to come by. The Jefferson Township helps, but we're Lackawanna, so really a statey's the only one that has any jurisdiction.
Okay,
here.
So I can keep peeing out the door. Okay, good. Because I've been doing it, and I'm going to continue to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. Okay, we got big news here. Big news here.
This is big.
For those of you that have been watching, we have living legends.
We do.
And they are on our website, so you can see who they are. But to honor them, I put their name on this sheet of paper. Right. And you can see right here, I think, there's Jane and Huckamuck Fuck and Mr. Harrelson and Zelda and Miller, Bob Serena and Roland and Sinrock Grimstone. And then we have Brian C. and Jeff D. and Guru and Jim Cox and Sully. And I didn't even remember all these. Chaz and Misty and Jeff and Clayton. All those. But we haven't done one.
All deserving.
Oh, big time deserving. But we haven't done one in how long?
It's been a minute.
So normally we add one. Well, we used to, but we haven't done one in so long. We have added 4. And now these 4 that I'm about to mention here, don't feel bad because I'll tell you what I did. This is cardstock.
That's right.
See, this is just flimsy paper. Now, those were the original 16 that are on the website. Right. But this is on cardstock that I did
That's
today.
Right. That makes
it a lot better, don't you think?
I can tell.
There's a good chance, we'll burn this with our cigar or it'll crumple up. It's going to take a little longer for this to fucking burn.
That's right.
But we got 4 people now. Count them 4 that are now. We are right now inducting them into the living legend.
That's right.
Oh, here, should I do it the way I used to do it?
If you can slide it without screwing it up.
Well, probably not. Okay, how's that look? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got
Flip is one. George E. is one.
Yep.
From Pitcairn.
Yep.
What do we got next there?
Yep.
Debbie is one.
Yep.
And Rachel R. is one.
Yeah.
Right?
Those are all deserving.
How about that? Okay, and I'll put let's see. Okay.
Yeah.
There they are. All 4 at once.
It's funny that we didn't talk about this forever, and we both had ideas for this at the same time.
We don't need production meetings. We have mental telepathy.
That's right.
That's how it is when you're the only Category 5 podcast in the fucking universe. And, okay, you want to say anything about Flip?
I'm telling you, he's one of the first ones to watch every week when it comes out. He's one of the first to comment when there is something.
I agree.
This motherfucker remembers shit from shows.
But me and you don't fucking remember.
Not at all.
Okay.
He's always commenting, do you remember? I hope I don't remember saying that at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Flip. George E. Went to Boyce when I worked there. He watches all the time. He usually participates in Pick 3. Definitely deserving, George E.
Yeah.
Debbie, what do you want to say?
She's probably been part of the live studio audience more than
way more
than anybody.
And I don't know what we're supposed to say here. She had some health issues.
Yeah.
We were afraid about losing Debbie.
Yeah.
And she's making a comeback
she's
here.
She's caught up on all the
episodes.
Yeah.
Well, Debbie, we appreciate it. And And we're happy to have you as a living legend.
Yeah.
And Rachel R., how did we not have her? We should have had her earlier, too.
She's done a lot for the show, too, getting us promoted on TV and all
Youngstown Television. That was a long fucking time ago.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, a huge big deal.
And
big
her
deal.
and Debbie, I know, talk about the show together.
And Rachel's been live studio audience here
recently,
a few times. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, well, we thank all four of you and welcome to the Pittsburgh Dive Bar Living Legend family.
That's right.
Yeah, I imagine when we have that housewarming party that you've been promising us for how many years. It's going to be huge.
Man.
Going to be huge. Okay, we're going to move on if you don't mind. Last thing for the intro, although we got a big show for you.
We
today.
do.
Was I supposed to say anything? No, I don't think so. We got numerology. And surprisingly enough, 86 this week. Yeah. This is the 86th episode. Nothing to do with it. We're going to call this episode 86, even though those two don't relate. But now, this is numerology, and these people are 86 years old.
I can't believe we're still doing that.
Me too, and I have 9. And I think you're going to know most of them.
Okay.
Anthony Hopkins, Christopher Lloyd, Tommy Chong, Phil Knight. He's Nike, right? Yeah. Oscar Robertson.
Jesus.
Yeah. Ted Turner. You know all these people so far. You know Rich Little?
He's a musician, comedian, right?
He was an imitator. Yeah. Connie Stevens. You don't know her. I loved her. Okay. I loved her. And Rod Laver, who was a famous tennis player. Oh, okay. Famous tennis player. All those are 86.
Okay.
Any of those people interest you at all?
I'm going to go Christopher Lloyd just because of all the people you mentioned. He's probably been in the most stuff I know, from Taxi to Back to the Future to all the other stuff. Addams Family. He's been in all kinds of stuff. I know.
Absolutely. And I have a little Christopher Lloyd story. I'm glad you brought him up. Wow. That
wasn't planned.
No. We had I guarantee no production meetings for.
This is all off the top.
Yeah, this is.
Scout's honor.
I worked briefly with this woman whose sister was married to Christopher Lloyd.
No way.
And it was when Taxi became at its hilt when he played Reverend Jim, and unfortunately. It was a great character, but yes. He kind of took on that in real life.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, they divorced.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because he kind of became Reverend Jim at that same time.
See, this goes back to my thing from last week. The best actors take their personas.
That is great. You remember all the way last week.
Hey,
yeah, boy. That is a steel fucking trap
Not
up there.
Not just a pretty face.
And I don't know which one. Connie Stevens, I really used to like, maybe, but I don't know if I want to see her now because at 86, she can't still be looking that good. I guess I'll take Oscar Robertson.
And Tommy Chong's no joke.
Oh, I know.
Oscar'd be a good one.
Oscar, I mean, he would. Now that all these guys supposedly have all this talent and stuff in the NBA, the Oscar's not named in the top 5 anymore. But Oscar was a bitch.
He'd average a quadruple double.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He averaged a triple double for a whole year. Yeah. He was something.
Yeah.
Okay. Born in 1986.
Okay.
Drake, Lady Gaga, Megan Fox, Lindsay Lohan, Usain Bolt, Amber Heard, and Kat Dennings. Kat Dennings.
Ooh.
I don't know. We haven't used some of those women. We could do that in a Would You Rather or something one of these days, I think. Maybe I will. I will.
I think Megan's been used in something.
Megan definitely has been in there, but I think she's the only one.
Maybe.
We've talked about some of the other ones, but I haven't. So that is something for you to look forward to because we're going to bring those up again.
Yep.
Okay. The number 86 in sports. Buck Buchanan was the number 1 listed in football, and then James Lofton.
Oh yeah.
And then locally we got Hines Ward, which I don't know if he's going to make the Hall of Fame. I think he should, but I don't think he's going to make it.
I've told you my jaded story about him that I just don't put him in the same pedestal everybody else does, and I'm not going to tell it. But I'll take Eric Green over Hines Ward.
Okay. And I have a real jaded story about Hines Ward that I'm not going to tell.
I think I know it.
Yeah, I think you do too. Yeah, I'm going to just keep that one quiet. But
move along.
Yeah. Might not be quite the good guy that.
I think Ding Ding gets credit for a lot of stuff Hines maybe did back in the day.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, here's some things you probably don't know about the number 86. It's a happy number.
Oh,
and we've brought that up before. And
a couple.
And you even have put it up. I need to read that damn thing because I still don't know what a happy number is.
I forget.
But we've had it before. Yeah. It is the atomic number of radon. And wait, didn't you bring up radon today?
Earlier, yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck was it?
Because we're all sick at the house.
Oh. And your mother thought it was too much radon?
She thinks we should have the house tested.
For radon?
Yeah, because we're all
What
sick.
The fuck is radon?
Yeah, some odorless gas. I don't fucking know.
Okay. You want to direct now to China, you better have 86 right there. You got to start off with 86. And okay, this is I was going to look this up, but I didn't. I always give you part of the story.
Yeah.
It's that slang term of being out of stock or discontinued. Like we've 86'd that.
Oh yeah, like it's been nixed. Or
yeah,
whatever.
Exactly. So maybe you want to 86 us, but please don't do it just yet because I'll tell you what we got coming up. Tiny and I have each an individual story about an occupation that we had. So that's got to be fucking good, right? Yeah, stay tuned.
All right, got our Taxi song. We're doing another take. Let's try it out.
Hey! Well, welcome back. Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk, number 86. 86.
All right.
We're getting closer and closer to number 100. And then the pressure comes on. Do we have to do something special for number 100? I hope not.
I hope not. We better start playing it now. If we are.
You're right. You're right.
Because all it is triple digits for me. I don't know.
Okay. In this segment, we decided to talk about one of our occupations in life. And I don't even know what the fuck you're going to talk about.
Good.
And you don't know what the fuck I'm going to talk about. So, fucking talk.
When you first brought this up to me, I had a hard time because I had one story, then Misty gave me a great idea, and then that segued to what I'm going to tell you now. This goes back to college when I worked at Robert Morris at the Sewell Center under their student aid program.
Were you like work study?
Work study. That's the word. I couldn't think of it. Yeah. And dude, my mom made like $22,000 the year I went to school, so I was eligible for as much fucking work study as you could get, right? So I was working at the Sewell Center all the time.
How much did your dad make? Oh, that's right. You don't know who your fucking dad is.
and the school loved it because, well, I should say, I'm telling this story for two reasons. First, the guy I worked for at the Sewell Center, his name was Don Smith. And to this day is still the best boss I've ever had, hands down. Like, nicest guy, coolest dude. He's probably the last person I looked up to and was like, I try to steal stuff to be like him.
He's not still at Robert Morris, is he?
He's since retired.
Okay.
Yeah. He was at his last job, he was in charge of the ice arena over at Neville Island.
Really?
Yeah, that was his last gig, and then he's retired now. I feel bad because he always tried to get me to go to hockey games. He'd get me like the box for free, and I never took advantage of it like a dumbass. But two things.
You still stay in touch with him?
Over Facebook every once in a while. Yeah. So he was my best boss ever, and this story, it's I worked 34 consecutive hours doing this story I'm going to tell you. So it's the longest I've ever worked for the best boss I ever had.
34 hours straight?
Yeah.
As long as you ever worked. You haven't worked 34 hours in a month since then. In a fucking month.
Well, so Robert Moore, the Sewell Center, as you know, it's since been torn down and rebuilt. But,
right. It's actually pretty nice now.
Is it? I haven't been to the new one.
Okay.
It hosted sporting events. It had the gym on the first floor, and then it had offices and stuff on the second and third. And they hosted all kinds of different events. I've got to do so many cool things from working there. They hosted 5-Star. I got to see all kinds of cool stuff there. They hosted cool baseball card shows. They did all this stuff. I was in the same room with Clinton because when he ran for re-election in '96, I'm in the same room with him. So I've got to do a lot of cool stuff because of working at this place, right? The story I'm going to tell, this goes back to the spring of '98, and they would do other things. Now this was back when it was still Robert Morris College.
Right.
And they were more about making money under, God, I used to call him Uncle Ed, the president. I don't even know Ed Nicholson was the president.
Okay.
And he was all about just make money, man. I don't give a fuck.
It's not that much different now.
Yeah, but the guy,
they pretend now.
Yeah, they pretend.
It's the same shit.
That's fair. So, and they had concerts and stuff there before, like before my time, like Alanis Morissette and whatever. Well, my boss, Don, he was pretty much given the green light, make money. So he signed on to have what they called then was a rave. They call it like an EDM, the electronic dance music and whatever. But back then they called them raves. And if you don't know what a rave is, I didn't until this.
I actually do know what a rave is.
They start after dark and they go till like sunrise, right? And so I work setup and what I actually got to a point with Don where he managed, because he would try to, it's like PennDOT, right? He would get as many hours out of me as he could, because then next semester he'd get that many more student work hours, right? So he'd try to maximize that, but then I could also make money on the side by like the vendors who were setting up. And I'm playing both sides too. Like if I knew I wasn't going to make enough with the vendor, I'd sign in and like he'd usually let it slide because again, more hours he pays me, the more he gets next time.
Okay.
So this rave we're setting up, and it's so weird because the way they had set everything up, it was just pretty much like clearing everything out. There wasn't really much to set up, and some of the
your kind of job.
Well, but the thing is there's so many places to get in. You pretty much are stuck working security, different places and whatever. And because of my relationship with Don, he kind of made me his rover, and so wherever he thought he needed something, he'd put me. And a lot of times it was just out on the floor making sure whatever was going on.
Okay.
And so I started on the second floor and whatever. Well, I got down on the first floor. Everything was going on. Some of the crazy, I've never, I confiscated, and I'll say this, I was very naive to the world of ecstasy prior to this. Not that I'm some expert now. I've never taken it or anything, but I saw more.
Maybe you should start.
I've heard great things about it. Yeah. But I confiscated it. Probably the biggest story I remember, I confiscated, there were 3 Asian girls dressed in schoolgirl outfits. And what you just imagined is exactly what it looked like I'm in the girls' bathroom, women's bathroom.
Would have been like Dominic's for me at New Year's Eve last week. Right?
Exactly. And they had, I don't know, 5 different color ecstasy pills. And there's empty bags of empty drugs everywhere on the floor. I confiscated like 5 different color ecstasy pills.
Now you took them from them?
Yeah.
And did they balk?
Once they saw, they were kind of like, whatever. They didn't balk. I had some people that were trying to fight me, but
sure,
I was in a lot better shape then, so I didn't get a ton of pushback. I mean, they're like, dude, what? They gave me more, like, they tried to give me the sympathy thing, like, come on, man, like. So I confiscated their stuff, and we were kicking them out, but we only had so much authority. At Robert Morris, back then they used to use Moon Township police,
right,
and so we're just confiscating stuff left and right, kicking people out, and at one point, so we kicked them out. And
you kicked the schoolgirls out.
I was just doing what I was supposed to.
You suck.
If I knew what I knew now, I'd be fucking negotiating, right? Like,
negotiating is right.
Hey, ladies, we're in a bathroom stall in the ladies' bathroom. I can give these back to you. I mean,
right?
If I'm an idiot. Listen, this is another fucking penthouse letter story.
Right.
Hey, I confiscated these chicks in their own schoolgirl outfits, and my dumbass kicked them out instead of
dumb motherfucker.
Yeah. So there's that going on. The other crazy thing, so I was working the front door for a while, and they kicked this one guy out. Me and Matt Silverman were working the front door. They kicked the one guy out. Like 20 minutes goes by, we're sitting there, and Silverman was like, "Hey, look, that's the dude we just kicked out. He went home, shaved, and tried to come back in. Apparently, he was a dealer trying to get in." And he tried to get ornery. Like, we're like, "No, dude, you're not getting in."
That's good effort by him, though.
Oh yeah, and again, because we didn't have a ton of authority, Mike Vidovich was one of the cops, and I was really good friends with him at that point because he knew. Because again, I was like Don's like go-to guy. I'm like, hey, Mike, this dude out, and he's like, what, whatever, and Mike's now you got to go, and it was such chaos, like because the township ended up getting beat to death. We were constantly kicking people out. The cops were there all fucking night, trying to keep order at this place, and the main attraction guy, and I'll never remember his name. He ended up no-showing. He was supposed to go on at like 4 a.m, and he didn't show. And so the people running the event decided they were going to have somebody dress up like him and just pretend.
I'm sure that worked well.
Well, everybody knew, like, boo, boo. And there was all kinds of chaos with all this. And I'm fucking delusional at this point because I've been up for, 24 hours or whatever. Yeah. And there's all kinds of stuff with that. So the cops are all involved. People are mad. People are getting thrown out and whatever. And so that comes and goes. And like, again, it ends at like sunrise. And then I got to clean up. And that was the longest, like, 4 hours of my life because, basketball has practice at 10.
Right.
The show ended at like 5 or 6 and then basketball starts at 10. So we had to get the court ready for all that stuff. And that was just the longest 4 hours because at that point I'd been up for a whole day.
Now, did you when you worked after a certain amount, were you making double time or time and a half or anything like that?
I was kind of burning the candles at both ends. I was getting paid by the school under work study, and I was also getting paid by the people doing the show.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wasn't supposed to. I was only supposed to get paid by one or the other, but that was one of those things Don kind of, he let it slide because of my relationship with him. So it turns out this actually really backfired for Don. I forget who. Oh, Dr. Corey was the athletic director. Robert Morris at the time. He was 1,000 years old. His whole claim to fame was he was the AD at Kansas when fucking Danny Manning was there.
Oh, really?
And some old fuck that we had to suck this dude's dick because he was old and used to be the AD at Kansas. Who gives a shit? It was 20 years ago, or it wasn't then. It was only 10 years ago, but whatever.
It wasn't that long.
No, it wasn't.
They did win a national championship.
Yeah, but he was a douche. He was So, anyways, so Dawn is the director of the Sewell Center. I don't know if it was that spring or that fall. The athletic director position came up, and he wanted. That was like one of his things he wanted to have. Yeah, and that I can't prove this, but there was so much negative publicity, and especially with all the cops and Moon and all that, that I'm fairly certain it's the reason Don didn't get the athletic director job. And it's unfortunate because, he was given the directive to make money, and he did. But this was such a and it's so atypical. Dude, a rave at a college camp. I know. Look at Robert Morris. It's a small fucking commuter school at that point. It just didn't fit the mold to the point. To the point, the next concert they had at Robert Morris was Davy Jones with the oldies
monkeys.
Yeah, it was Davy Jones was the next. And I'm fighting off 50-year-old ladies trying to get a Davy Jones. I had to get him to the stage. That was my next concert at the Sewell Center I work.
So do you think what fucked Don Smith was this rave guy not showing up, or are you throwing those schoolgirls out?
I think the whole idea of the rave, the cops just weren't ready for. You
shouldn't have had a rave.
Yeah. Just don't have a rave with everything.
Probably
either that or be more sympathetic to what goes on at a rave and let everybody take their drugs and listen to their shitty music.
So you were part of the reason he went down.
I don't like to think of it that way.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So that's my bridge story of as best I can do.
Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, you should have been smarter. Okay. I'm going to tell you a story. When I taught school at alternative high school.
Ooh.
And you're asking, what's an alternative high school? In this case, 10 schools went together and they sent their 10 biggest assholes.
I like them already.
Yeah, I figured you would. So, and if we threw one person out, then they sent asshole number 11. You didn't get a break. You didn't get a fucking break at all. But anyway, okay. This is, before I get into the story, this is advice for everybody out there. I went into the interview and I told the truth.
Oh, no.
I said, at the time, I did not have a teaching certificate. And I told them, and they said, Oh, that's okay.
Uh-oh.
If you tell the truth, if you don't have qualifications, and they say that's okay, run the fuck, get the fuck out of there, get the fuck out. But I said, yeah, okay. So I got the job. I think school's starting the next day. They just needed
When did you be here?
any fucking asshole to come in and teach, and I had never taught before. And and they gave me no direction. When I said, well, what do you want me? I taught health and phys ed. What do you want me to do? Keep the kids down there. Don't let them in the hallway. That was the only direction I got from the principal.
So you were a probation officer. So.
I basically was. Was. And I just want. There's so many damn layers to this story, but
oh no.
Okay. Sometime when in Rome, you got to do like I had this long ass gym class, and to keep them involved, I had to say, okay, look, we play volleyball because I want to keep them out of the hallway,
Sure.
So we'll play volleyball for a while. Then you get a break. You can go outside. I knew they were all going outside to smoke dope. I knew it. But
No.
after a while, we just called it dope break. We'd take our dope break, and then we'd come. I said, you take your dope break. If you got 10, 15 minutes, then we got to come in and we play another volleyball game. They were okay with that.
Okay.
And these kids they thought had it so tough. School went from, what they did is they pared down school as little as it could be. Like, we didn't have study halls. We didn't have time between class. It was 8 to 12 Monday through Thursday.
Oh, Jesus.
And they bitched. I would tell them. I said, you guys come in, you get fucking high, and you're bitching. You're out of here at noon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This sounds like charter school shit now is what they call it, right?
It was a little worse than charter school.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
No. Okay, health class.
Yeah.
Monday, they read the chapter. It was about 4 pages long.
Okay. Yeah.
Tuesday, they answered the questions.
Yep. Oh, no.
Wednesday, I gave them quiz, the exact same questions. And if we completed that test Thursday, I called it Mental Health Day. I was ahead of my time. Now all this shit is gone. But I just called it that so I didn't have anything to do that day.
Look at you.
So we did whatever the fuck we wanted.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if it was nice, we'd just go out and swing on the swings or some shit. Or if it was shitty out.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I was dealing with.
Oh, no.
I'd order movies that we'd just watch a movie. It had nothing to do with health. Okay. There was
if they're all fucked up and high, who cares?
Exactly. And you hit the nail on the head. When they didn't have dope, Thursdays was tough, but when they had dope, it was really easy. But I ordered this movie. It said for ages 4 to 6. Okay, swear to God, it was about ducks, and they would this song. Ducks are yellow and ducks are white. And I showed it to the guys.
Oh, Jesus.
I showed it to the guys, and they watched for about the movie was only about 8 minutes long. I show it for about 6 minutes before the one guy says, "Hey, this is for young kids. They didn't fucking know." But then it became a thing. Hey, when are we going to get that duck movie again? And we had the old time projector, but you could hit reverse and you could watch the ducks. Instead of jumping into the water, they would jump out of the water and.
You're high. That's
exactly. And the last story I'll tell about this, and I don't recommend this, but sometimes, like I said, you have to do what you have to do.
Sure.
It wasn't an easy thing. Like the teachers, some of the teachers would park up front, and then they'd come out, and their tires would be flat.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah. So I did not either I was actually walking distance from my house,
Okay.
or I would park at a different place and walk in.
Yeah.
Okay. But after I did this for a while, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did I get into?
Yeah.
I got to find a way to make this better. So it was December, because I was like the rest of the teachers. I was almost scared for.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So the ringleader of the school worked down at the car wash across from the King's Inn on 3 Degree Road. I don't know if you know where that is. You kind of know. It's not the King's Inn anymore, but it used to be.
I know where you're at.
So I went to the car wash one day, and kid's a senior in high school. And like I said, ringleader of the whole school. I said, hey, I got you a Christmas present.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I gave him a bottle of tequila. And yes, he was underage.
Okay.
Yes, I was. But
boy, that's a
word got around the school.
Oh,
I parked right in the front.
row.
Everybody liked me after that. It changed. The second semester, I loved teaching.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, everything was good.
The Bob Euchre treatment.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
One teacher, supposedly it was a mistake. He got his nose broke because someone threw their bat in a softball game. But I think it was on purpose. But no, I never had to worry about any of that shit. And like I said, I could go on and on, but I'm not going to.
Wow.
But and maybe okay. You said you have more Soul Center stories.
Absolutely.
I could go back to alternative and get some more stories.
Oh, how long did you last there? I mean,
a year.
That's a long time.
Oh. It was a real long time. I didn't think I was going to. If I hadn't done the tequila thing, I was probably going to quit right then.
Okay.
But then after that, yeah, it was pretty.
Jesus.
So that's our occupation stories, at least part of them. Yeah. And we'll be back with Transylvanian Brain Freeze. Welcome back to Transylvanian Brain Freeze, Facts of the Week. Mysterious pranksters in Bend, Oregon. They've been adorning public sculptures with googly eyes. And it's come with mixed reactions from the citizens. A city official said, they might give you a chuckle, but it costs money to carefully remove them and not damage the art.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But a resident said, this town's getting so stuffy, let's have some fun.
Jesus.
Well, which side are you taking there? Are you being your security guard Soul Center self?
No.
Okay, because I'm going the other way.
No, but I am taking the side of the art. Dude, if you want to be known for something, create something worth fucking looking at and don't fuck up with people's art. I don't like that.
But you haven't seen the art. Maybe the art was shit.
Nah, googly eye. No, be more. You got to be more.
Okay.
No, I'm not on. Normally, I support most. No, not that.
Okay. Okay. This next fact's only mediocre, but it involves beer. So I thought
there we go.
British pubs have reported a shortage of Guinness. I don't like it either. I don't like it either. But okay, and you'll understand this. It was once just favored by elderly men. It's the only people that drank Guinness. But this pisses me off. Because of TikTok influencers. Yeah. It's now wildly popular with young drinkers of both sexes.
Let them fucking have it.
Exactly.
Fuck them.
A pub manager said, this is what I thought was a little weird. It's like the toilet roll during COVID. I can't get a hold of it. I never understood the toilet shortage, the toilet roll shortage.
No, that was another. Yeah, everybody go buy your toilet paper. I don't get it.
And Guinness, don't they make a shitload of that stuff? We never run out of Budweiser here in the United States.
Right.
You know, I don't know.
No,
I don't know, but
fair.
I agree with you. Guinness, that's why I wasn't too much into that one.
They get all foo-foo, like, oh, it's big. Don't they put like nitrous in it or whatever to give it the real thick head?
Yeah, and you can't drink a whole lot of those.
Fuck that.
Yeah, you should be able to get a lot of hold of that
Yeah,
shit.
you can have it.
I agree. Okay. Fact number 3, Transylvanian Brain Freeze number 3. There's a Yemen-based Houthi militia. They've been having missiles and drones at commercial. They've been firing missiles and drones at commercial vessels in the Red Sea for 3 years.
Jesus,
3 years. Yeah, they're badasses, I guess.
Or bad shot.
But okay, after firing missiles and drones at ships, now they decide they're going to host a webinar on security of navigation in the Red Sea. And the Houthis emailed the global shipping news portal.
Oh, wow.
The news portal is called Trade Winds. I think they have a newsletter. The Houthis have, and they asked for suggestions on how to enrich the discussion of. These fuckers would just stop. There wouldn't be any shit in the Red Sea.
Oh, Jesus.
So stay away from those Houthis or ask them their suggestions. It would be like Dear Tiny.
Oh.
Dear Tiny. Ask them for their suggestions. Yeah. If you want suggestions on if you're going to have a vessel in the Red Sea, email the Houthis and they'll tell you. I imagine they're going to tell you, send them $50 and they won't fire shit at you.
Right. Or maybe you could send them they've been stealing your debit card. Maybe you could just,
that's right.
Maybe you could just let them use your card a couple times.
I might as well. Yeah. What the fuck? I might as well. Okay. And here's a segue into Dear Tiny. Here's an Austrian, not Australian, Austrian couple. You would think they need your Dear Tiny advice from both of us. Because a couple's been married and divorced 12 times.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The same couple. Bother at that point?
The same well, there's more to the story. Yeah, don't
Harvey.
Don't go crazy.
What? Or no, his was the rest of the story. Huh?
That's right. The woman is now 73.
Jesus.
When her first husband died, she received a widow's pension. This is not back in 1981. Mm-hmm. So she married again a year later to a new dude, and even though it ended her benefits, she received a severance payment of $28,000.
Okay.
And then for some reason, her pension was temporarily restored.
Oh.
So she found so they've repeated the process 11 more times and made $343,000.
How does nobody catch on
Exactly.
to that?
I don't know what they're doing in Austria.
Now, see, there's a criminal I'll support. If they're dumb enough to beat this, or if they're smart enough to beat the system, then God bless them.
Because neighbors said the couple had a model marriage. Who knew?
Right.
So if you're in Austria, even though we don't think divorce is correct here at the Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk,
that's right.
In this case in Austria, if it don't make you $343,000, keep divorcing and marrying.
That's right.
I'm assuming they don't do justice of the peace and don't have a big ass
$100,000
$100,000 wedding. That would kind of defeat the purpose.
You're right. They'll lose money.
Okay. Stay tuned, people. Fun and games are over. We're going for number 52. Tiny got it right last week on the music game. We're going to see Joe DiMaggio's turning over in his grave with a movie and a music game are coming up. Welcome back. Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk, number 86. 86. Can you believe it? And now we're here for the movie and the music game. And we'll start with the movie. What we give you is a character, up to 6 characters. And then now we give some actors and actresses that are in the movie. And you're going to need them this time, I think. Well, maybe, I don't know. This is certainly a movie that I'm sure you hated.
Oh, no.
Of course. Well, hey, last week.
Catherine Heigl, I'm out.
Last week we gave you one you liked, so I figure I'm good for a few weeks. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I go to the website and I check the cast. Okay. I think you and everybody else is going to have trouble getting this one on the first guess.
Oh, boy. It's probably a one word.
You ready?
Name. Go ahead.
First one. Elderly woman. Okay, it gets better. Second one, Louise. I purposefully didn't do this till this long because Yeah, these suck. I know. So, okay, how many have it on Elderly Woman and Louise?
All right.
Someone probably fucking does.
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay, number 3, school bus driver.
Oh, no.
All right, we're going to get a little closer. Number 4, and like I said, I couldn't find nurse at park bench. So, elderly woman, Louise, school bus driver,
Jesus.
nurse at park bench. How many of you have it out there? Awesome. Okay.
Holy fuck.
All right. I don't think you'll get it from these last 2, but some people might. Jenny Curran.
Okay, I think I have a guess.
You might have it. Well, let me go. Then.
Okay.
Because if you have a guess, you'll know whether it's right or wrong on this one.
I had a guess at park bench because of this.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Lieutenant Dan Taylor. You
right.
got it. Damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Let me go through it again. Elderly woman, Louise, school bus driver, nurse at park bench, Jenny Curran, Lieutenant Dan Taylor, and you have it. No, don't even say.
But wait a minute. There's so many people in this fucking movie. They
don't have names. They don't
Jesus.
have fucking names.
All right.
But anyway, for those of you that don't have it, I'm going to play by the rules. Remember, you can pause, but don't cheat. Tom Hanks, Gary Sinise, and Sally Field are all in this movie, and the name of the movie is
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump is correct.
Yeah.
And I'm going to guess you didn't like that movie. Am I right or not?
No, I thought it was really hot that Sally Field banged his principal to get him into school. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but me and you have already said in previous episodes that we like Sally Field.
Of course, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just the thought that she's doing something.
That is nice.
Yeah, because most people I've had sex with didn't want to do it either. So I can relate.
So I guess here's the big question there for you, Tiny, because you're in charge of Dear Tiny.
Right.
Would you bang a principal to get your daughter into the school?
Not of the same sex, but absolutely. Yeah.
What if it was a real good school? Would you do the same sex then?
Maybe.
Okay, Forrest Gump.
Oh man.
This might be a record. Okay, it cost $55 million to make.
Okay.
Profit from the box office, $678 million. $678 million.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. Oh, that's right. I didn't have you guess the year.
I've been struggling.
Yeah, you got the year last week.
Yeah, I know, but I ever since I knew that, I've been trying to think of the year, and I keep thinking it was around like Titanic and all that, but was it late 90s then? I can't.
That's why we play the game, right? Remember, you people can pause and guess the year.
Yeah.
He can't because we're doing a podcast here.
I really don't know. I'm going to say 1999.
94.
Damn.
94.
Okay,
a few things about this movie. This one doesn't surprise me as a ping pong player. During the scenes of ping pong matches, there was no ball used.
You could
tell.
It
was entirely, yeah. No one could fucking do that.
Yeah, right.
Here's who turned down the role of Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Murray, John Travolta, and Chevy Chase.
None of them would have done good in that role for me.
How about Travolta? I don't think Bill Murray and Chevy Chase. I think that'd have been shitty.
Yeah, I agree.
Travolta, maybe, I thought.
Yeah, maybe. I don't have anything against him, but I just don't know if he has that kind of range.
Okay. Now here, you're going to like this one.
Uh-oh.
Or I'm going to like this one. I don't give a fuck if you like it. The directors, Zemeckis and Tom Hanks, there was some budgetary constraints like there always are. So they waived most of their fee in exchange for a percentage.
Oh, good for them.
Hanks made $70 million by making that decision.
God bless him.
How about that?
Yeah.
$70 fucking million.
Uh-huh.
Good decision on his part.
Good for him.
Huh?
Yeah.
So now, did you like Forrest Gump? Okay.
It was okay. I mean, for what it was, yeah.
Because you don't like many movies anyway,
No,
I thought it was pretty damn good.
It was okay. Well, that's because that plays. I felt like it tried too hard to play to people that grew up in that era, and that's they tried for like the Wonder Years thing, and it just didn't hit for me because I didn't grow up then.
Okay, well, most shit doesn't hit with you, so Didn't hit with you, but it must have hit with $678 million people.
They didn't need my money.
No, they did not. Okay, now you ready for the big time?
Here we go.
We are going for number 52. Remember, Joe DiMaggio, the hitting streak went 56 games. Tiny and Paul G are at 51 right now. At 51, we're going for number 52.
Mm-hmm.
I give the lyrics. We'll see if Tiny can get the title. That'll suffice. But then, does he know the artist or the group? And then we'll try the year. But the title is what he needs.
Mm-hmm.
And we will go through the lyrics, and I will be willing to sing once again. Yeah, so let's hope you get it. Yeah, right. And as you know, like last week, I sang part of it anyway.
You did.
Okay. Here's the lyrics. All aboard! Crazy, but that's how it goes. Millions of people living as foes. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. Mental wounds not healing. Life's a bitter shame.
Going off the rails on a crazy train.
Oh, he got it. We're at 52. Woo-hoo. Wait a minute. All right. Wait, I didn't even do this. Yeah. How about that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. He gets it right. Who sang Crazy Train?
That's this Ozzy Osbourne.
I knew you'd get that.
The album's Blizzard of Oz. I'm going to say 1980.
Woo! Wow.
Yeah.
What did I do with that fucking thing? Oh, here it is. Oh, yep. Wow.
I down in the basement, I have not.
I'm sure you do.
I have not one.
You think you can find it? Oh, here, people, I want to tell you, for those who haven't watched before, Tiny has 44,000 albums right sitting below where we are, but I guarantee he can't find a single one of them.
I not only do I have one, but I know I have two first pressings of this album.
Really?
And one's in really good shape. That's, usually once you get a first pressing, you kind of back off. But when I saw that it was in such good shape, I had to have it. So I know I have two first pressings of it down there.
Okay. So, Paul G, you have to do nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
And everybody else, you better tune in next week because you got to see, can Tiny keep the streak going? Tiny and Paul G, can they keep the streak going? That is 52. And personally, you got a 4 out of 5 again this week.
That's it.
And I didn't think these were gimmies like the last one as much. I can't believe you got Nurse at a Park Bench.
Because that's where the chocolates thing came up. That's what made me think of it.
Okay. All right. Well, good job.
Yeah.
And stay tuned because, last week we had amusing buffoonery. We didn't have that this week. So coming up, I got Argy Bargy.
Hey, give us some of that
Welcome back. This is Argy Bargy. Usually I bitch. This is a slight bitch. It's slightly advice. Tarzan, our buddy Tarzan, was on a plane to Florida over the holidays, and he told me about this guy that, first of all, slept open mouth and made a bunch of noise. No. But then when he woke up, he was loud and telling some guy next to him how he was in the CIA, the FBI, and that he was rich. Here's my advice to you. If someone tells you they're in the CIA, they weren't. If someone tells you they used to be in the FBI, they never did. And if someone tells you they're rich, they're not. Rich people, they hang on to that shit. They don't tell you that shit. And the FBI and CIA people, they don't fucking tell you. So, don't pay any attention to those fuckers. Fuck you, people that say that. That's my Argy Bargy. Welcome back to Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. It is Would You Rather? And this might be our favorite. Not only is it a popular segment, it's our favorite segment because we don't have to do much on Would You Rather.
Right.
And you're seeing a record breaker. We've had more votes this week than we've ever had before. And I want to thank Tim Washa, both at his bar, Three Rivers Six Pack, I believe it's called. And a lot of his friends voted. So that helped get the vote up.
Nice.
And it's Aubrey Plaza versus Mandy Moore this week. Aubrey Plaza versus Mandy Moore. Now, don't know how to say this. Last week, Aubrey's husband met his demise on purpose, and I don't know if this vote had anything to do with it or not. It couldn't have been because he didn't know the vote, did he? No. That's right. We did the survey back then. I don't think it got to him. I don't think I texted him.
What's that 6 ways to Kevin Bacon or whatever? Maybe there's
who knows?
Yeah,
who knows? But anyway, before I give you the final results and before we vote, I'll give you some comments made. This person, and I don't give names when people comment, so they're anonymous. This person voted for Aubrey. She's crazy, which is a bonus, he said. And this voted for Aubrey. Always liked her for some reason.
Okay.
All right. These people voted for Mandy. Never saw a bad look of Mandy. Now this said, I closed my eyes and threw a dart.
Ooh.
So it could have gone either way.
Okay.
And this person liked Aubrey, said Aubrey's funny and attractive, but she's not Mandy Moore. Now this person used a little poetry. Mandy's my candy.
Oh.
And then this person said, I want more. How about that, huh? And I think you're going to know who this was. Mandy Moore. Since them titters are small, I'm going right for the back door with her. Wow. I bet her starfish is nice and tight.
You know what? That's his thing, though. So that's not saying anything as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, I got one more for Mandy. I'll take Mandy Moore, but I'd have to tape her mouth shut in case she tries to sing in the throes of passion.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? All right. Now, we did get a different spin this week.
There we go. Nice.
Yeah, not as much as normal, but he said, I would do illegal things to Aubrey in front of my fiance.
Whoa.
And we would all be okay with it. But then spin always has a different spin. He went on to say all these great things about Candace Owens. Do you even know her? I had to look her up.
Isn't she the conservative chick?
I think.
Yeah, I know who she is.
But
I don't know I don't get the connection.
No, there's no connection.
Oh, okay.
That's just him saying he wants her on there. And
okay.
I might put her on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wasn't she was recently pregnant? Maybe that's a fetish of his.
Oh, could be. I don't know.
I don't understand that fetish at all.
No, me either.
I don't. My buddy Kevin is that was a huge.
Really?
Oh my God. That was when he was the first person we told Misty was pregnant, and that's all he talked about. He's like, dude, just wait, it's gonna be awesome. Like, blah, blah, like talking about having sex all the time with Misty pregnant. Like, ew. I
guess the only good thing about it is you can't knock them up.
I guess, but
no, I don't have that either, and I have a lot of strange fetishes. Okay, would you like to hear a comment to adore?
Of course.
Okay. He said, Mandy Moore, she has class, a body that is gorgeous, and I would love to caress those lovely breasts and what I envision to be those 2-inch nipples.
Hey-o.
I would slobber on her back like a German shepherd humping a poodle. That was a comment to adore.
There you go.
But now I have one more. As you can see, Mr. Harrelson.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he had a lot to say. I hope I can read this.
That fucker.
Mr. Harrelson said, not that I knew of either one very well, but my first thought when I saw these two photos was I'd have to take each of them through a McDonald's drive-through and order multiple supersized meals and see which one might grow a set of knockers or at least some cushioning on the hip bones so I don't have to get bruises.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Harrelson had to say. Wow. He had more, though.
Yeah.
They need some beefing up. Although I'm intrigued to know if I were plowing them, if my baloney log would be pushing through with like an alien hatching. I told him I was going to have trouble reading this by this one. He said, I'll pick Mandy. Plaza had a stroke when she was 20, and I don't want her death rattle to break my mood. After reading my response, I may have to check myself into therapy. That's what Mr. Harrelson had to say.
Attaboy.
Okay, now it's time for our vote. Like I said, we put no thought into this because we don't have to.
Right.
You, the local viewer, does. Okay, who you taking?
I didn't know. I forgot about the singing thing with her, but much like somebody else said, I had to actually look who Aubrey Plaza was first. And when I was putting the pictures together, Mandy's pictures really won me over. And she's really not my type, but man, she has some pretty hot picks in there, and that she's my vote. And I imagine she's going to win just based on your comments that you've read, but nothing against the other one. And I didn't know any about the other stuff till recently. So yeah, Mandy's my vote.
Okay. I'm okay with Aubrey Plaza, but I've always liked Mandy. And so I'm taking her too. Like I said, we don't have to put much into this because I think we've already
I can't see. That's a lot of votes.
The most votes we've ever had. Final score.
Go ahead.
58-27.
Mandy.
Yeah, Mandy.
Holy
Mandy.
shit.
That is what? That's 85 votes we had this week.
Wow.
I think the most we ever had
And
before was
essentially
like
2-1.
60. Yeah.
Wow.
So Mandy by a large margin.
Okay.
Mandy goes on in the tournament
Yep.
that we may or may not have.
Right.
And I'm leaning toward having something.
I like this idea.
I haven't decided what, though.
I hate to say it. We really might actually have to have a legit production meeting if we're going to do that tournament thing. Like, because we're going to have to talk about how we're going to, just to set it up. And that's why it's never going to happen, because we're not going to put the time to do it.
No. Well, okay. You got that part right. I'm not asking your fucking opinion. Well, I majored in recreation. We'll have a tournament on my fucking thing. No.
You make it sound like a round robin tournament so fucking complicated.
And we're not having a round robin. Maybe we have something else, bitch. No. If we have the tournament, we are not having a production meeting because I don't want your fucking opinion.
You sound like a sport management major from Robert Morris.
I do. Okay. Guess what? We're getting toward the close here. We got
Thank God.
Samurai Chatter coming up.
Well, I believe in UFOs. That's what gets me every time.
Welcome back to Samurai Chatter. Oh, by the way, that's Tiny. I'm the Prince of Pittsburgh. And remember, if you need any advice, dear Tiny, go to our website, pittsburghdivebartalk.com. Send a question to Tiny, and he'll be happy to answer it. It won't be correct, but he'll answer it.
We might even send you a free shirt.
Yeah, we might.
We might be able to pull that off.
Yeah. And we might not.
We might not.
If we have your size, we'll send it. If we don't, we won't.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't been promoting that because most of the people that want shirts seem like they already had them.
Agreed.
If you want a shirt, let us know. Actually,
and going back to Flip being a living legend, he will refuse a shirt as a living legend because he wants to pick it up in person.
Which is nice, but he never comes to see us.
The beer night. He's been promising beer night for like a year.
He could come here. Where the fuck Flip live, Indiana?
Yeah, he lives closer to Punxsy now.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, when we do that
housewarming party,
Punxsutawney Phil show.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, that would be. Mm-hmm. That would be. We won't do that either. Mm-mm. That'll be the same way as that fucking women's tournament.
Absolutely will,
okay.
Yes.
But we will have a production meeting about that, and then we'll decide not to do it. What size Flip wear?
I'm going to guess XL.
Maybe we should just fucking send him.
I don't know his address.
Oh, that's going to be
we
difficult.
We tried to send him one before. He's like, I won't take
that's
it.
Right,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Can you hand me a tissue, please?
What? You going to cry?
I might.
There you go.
Thank you.
See, that proves that we are not big in production.
It's this is where you get to know us better.
That's
See,
right.
I'm showing my softer
for sure.
side.
Yeah.
I'm already crying.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Almost ranks as a nice thing you said, but it hadn't happened. No.
This could be 2 in a row.
Yeah, but you didn't really do that.
Ah, shit. Yeah. Okay.
I guess you still have 4 questions here where you could be nice.
Uh-oh.
Now, I did send these questions to Tiny ahead of time, and I have no idea what his answers are going to be or if he even looked at the fucking questions, but we'll give you these 4 questions, and then, of course, we end with a quote. And you can play along, too. And what we ask is if you play along, you say something real funny and you laugh your ass off with your friends and neighbors. Yeah. And then when we say our dumb shit, you'll still think, oh, that's pretty good because you guys were already laughing. All right. You ready?
I'm ready, I think.
What TV show would you like to be in?
Yeah. I took this as it could have been at any point in time. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't easy, but I went with my all-time favorite, and that's Married with Children.
Okay.
And there's one specific episode, and right when they kind of crossed over into like mainstream, one of my favorite bands, Anthrax, actually appeared on that show. They won some kind of contest, and they played live at Bundy's house. And I want to be on that episode specifically because it was one of my favorite episodes, and it's one of my favorite bands and my favorite show of all time. So it checks a lot of boxes. And Christina Applegate was in her fucking prime at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, until you said that, you made me feel a little shallow about my answer. Because my answer is Hot in Cleveland, because I always wanted to do Valerie Bertinelli, and she played kind of a horny chick. That anything kind of went with her, and she had friends that were kind of horny too. But yeah, I've always wanted Valerie Bertinelli.
That would be good.
And she is single again.
That's right.
She was supposedly with this guy that was that made her life, and then they fucking broke up recently. I think I'd still have my shot with Valerie. Okay. And if you grew up when I did, what was it, One Day at a Time, I think. Everybody loved Valerie Bertinelli. Yep. So I'm in Hot in Cleveland. I'm getting Valerie, and I'm getting her two friends, and I might even fuck Betty White too. How about that? Wow. Yeah, what the hell? She was an icon. Sure. Okay. All right. What TV show would you not want to be in? Once again, you guys can play along too.
This one might even have been easier. You know, I originally thought it was any of those fucking Dirty Housewives of Atlanta and all those stupid. I hate all of those, but no, it's the fucking Survivor. I hate that show. It's such a shit show, and it's so popular, and it's still going after all these years, and it's just terrible.
That does suck. I agree with you. I probably should have taken that too, but I'm showing my age here. I took Gilligan's Island. Now, as much as I would enjoy doing Ginger and Marianne, and I'd even do Lovey.
Of course.
But every time they were just about to get off that island, Gilligan fucked something up, and I would have to murder that motherfucker. I'd strangle him with my bare hands. I'm not even that tough, but I think I could have taken Bob fucking Denver. He just kept fucking things up and fucking things up. I think I would be with those three, and then I would kill Gilligan in episode 4.
Yes.
I would not want to be on that one because I really don't want to go to jail, but I would have to.
Yeah.
All right. What's one item you can't live without?
So if this is a tangible item or if just a concept.
Hey, it's our podcast. We do what the fuck we want.
It's going to be kind of similar. And I've said this before. You're going to segue this into my fucking basement. But if it's just a concept, it's music. If it has to be a tangible item, I hate to be the old school guy, but my turntable.
Really?
I think I have 7 downstairs. And the one I want to play the most isn't even out of the box yet.
Wow.
And I just, the whole tangible media thing is if the world ends and I can sit down in my basement and play my turntable.
Okay. Oh, that's a pretty good answer. It's probably better than mine. I just could not do without my family heirloom umbrella. I got news for you. I don't have any family heirloom. I've never used an umbrella in my fucking life, and I'm not going to start now. I just had to come up with something. So I said family heirloom umbrella. That sounded good, but no, I don't believe in heirlooms. I don't even really know what the fuck they are. Yeah. And I don't care what my family had. When my one brother died, his girlfriend kept sending me all this shit of his, and I said, I don't want this shit. Fucking dead, right. I'm sorry he's dead, but goddamn, what am I supposed to do? She I swear to God, this chick sent me these boots he had. Yeah. They weren't my fucking size. What the fuck am I going to do with 9.5 boots? Yes, I don't like boots. I don't like 9.5. No. And I think someone gave them to my brother. I don't even think he fuking wore them. So I'm not into family heirlooms. I hate umbrellas. I can get a little wet.
If it were something like there's a there's a picture of my one Uncle Rick with Johnny Cash. I know I bashed him last week or 2 weeks ago. there's a picture with him and Johnny Cash, but that's not an heirloom. It's just a cool photo.
Yeah.
That's different. Fucking heirlooms. Like you said, what the fuck are you supposed to do with that shit?
Exactly. Okay, one last question, so you get to know us better.
Right.
And I think I told you could change this, but it was up to you.
I have an answer.
Do you?
I do.
Okay. The question that I read directly from this website: what did your prom dress look like?
Right.
And I think you could substitute tux if you wanted.
So this is how I'm answering it. I'm not even going to justify it. I've on several occasions I've noted I was best dressed in my senior class.
You know, I think you say that every fucking episode.
But one thing I may not have said as much, I was also voted homecoming queen.
Were you?
My senior year. And it was some weird thing about who made court and who didn't. And I got shit for it, but I wasn't even in class. The day they voted for homecoming, I was on a college visit. I was up in Ithaca, New York for a college visit. And they voted for homecoming queen. And somebody...
By the way, it was Ithaca College, not Cornell.
No,
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
no.
you couldn't get into fucking Cornell.
No, it was Ithaca. Yeah.
I'm not even sure you get into Ithaca.
I don't know.
College.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I went to Harvard Wars, so yeah. But I was voted homecoming queen. But my tux for prom, it was purple, and I'm sure the girl that went with me just fucking despised it, like because I look like such a goof, and she tried to have to coordinate it with that. I'm sure it was miserable. So yeah, that was so purple tux is my answer.
Okay. Well, I think I got a couple answers. I went to several proms, and I always try to get something unique. My senior prom, though, I did have top hat, tails, cape, cane, and mask.
Look at you!
How about that?
Wow, fucking Phantom of the Opera over here.
And I had a picture when I was up on the roof.
Yeah,
and I can't find it. But because I'm literal, if I was wearing a prom dress, I think it'd be backless with a slit down it. Yeah, I think I'd show off my legs there and it look pretty fucking good.
Sure.
So that would be
nice.
Tux or prom dress, whichever you want, whichever way you want to go.
I used to shave my legs for football so they could tape my ankles.
Oh yeah, okay. I had to do that. We had to do that too for basketball. Yeah, kind of fucking embarrassing. But what the hell are you gonna do? But I did have pretty nice legs back then. So that slit dress would look pretty good. Oh, I have a feeling I could have been
the guy in the hotel would have maybe liked that when they tried to pick you up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah, he would have loved that.
Absolutely.
He would have loved. Yeah. He would. He would have been wanting to do me big time. Well, he did anyway.
He did.
Yeah, who can blame him? Okay, I guess I'll go with a quote and then see if we have anything else. I don't think we had a whole lot come in this much. Okay, Stephen Wright always looks at life a little differently. Mm-hmm. He said, why don't they make the whole plane out of that black box stuff? Pretty good point. Pretty good point. Okay. Thank you very much for hanging with us through Samurai Chatter and everything else. This concludes number 86. We are the hardest working podcast in 4 states. And that because of that, we'll be back next week with the same tomfoolery we always have.
And go ahead. We are the patron podcast for the Church of Happiness.
Church of Laughter. Church of Laughter.
Damn it.
You fucked it up already.
I did.
Yeah.
I fucked it up.
But we're willing to take on others now because we go to a 4. Like I said, we're going to eliminate those other 4. Church of Laughter, and then we'll be looking for other things. So write Dear Tiny if you have a suggestion for what we want to be the patron podcast of. That's right. That's right. We'll see you next week.